We have some breaking Canucks news in the middle of the dog days of summer. Dakota Joshua just got traded from the Vancouver Canucks to the Toronto Maple Leafs for a 2028 fourth round pick. This is official. It's been fully reported by the official Twitter account of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The cap implications have been updated on Puckpedia. So this deal is official. Dakota Joshua is going to be a Toronto Maple Leaf next year, and the Canucks have a little bit more cap space. So to preface this, I am a Canucks fan. As you may be able to tell from the channel name, we are Vancouver based, so I definitely have thoughts on this. I think the first thing that I will say is that I hope Dakota Joshua absolutely kills it in Toronto. He has easily been one of my favorite players on the Canucks over the past 3 seasons. He's a guy that puts in so much effort on every single shift and is a really great bruising player with some offensive upside. This offensive upside was maybe not reflected this past season, as he only had 7 goals and 14 points in 57 games, which was a far cry from the 18 goals and 32 points he got the season before last. But as many of you will know, he missed a massive chunk at the start of the season due to recovery from treatment related to testicular cancer. Joshua is an exciting player to watch. He gets hyped up after goals. He lays hits. He's difficult to play against. And quite frankly, I loved him on the Canucks. That goal he scored to take the lead against Nashville in Game 1 of the 2023-2024 playoffs after the Canucks had tied it 12 seconds earlier is one of the most electric moments in recent Canucks history. It is incredibly sad to see him go. I'm not going to hold back words there, especially after a year that I think will be considered an outlier when compared to the rest of his career. I think this is a great trade for the Maple Leafs personally. He'll fit well on their third line, and if they gain even more depth, maybe even their fourth line. If you have Joshua on your fourth line, I think you're truly a deep team who's primed for success, although this is the Leafs. Having Scott Laughton and Dakota Joshua in your bottom 6 is, quite frankly, formidable and makes the team way more physical. The move is likely seen as yet another play at being able to counter the freight train physicality of the Panthers in the playoffs. In the Canucks' one playoff run that included Joshua, Dak had a few spotlight games but also went rather quiet in others. I don't think this is necessarily relevant to the Leafs case, though. I think he's going to have a massive year with them, and I sincerely hope he does. The Leafs are getting a bread and butter player that every team wishes for in their bottom 6. Strong, physical, and who can chip in 10-plus goals. As for the Canucks, I think that this is the first domino in a series of moves to fall. I wonder if Jack Roslovic gets signed to the team in the next few days due to our lack of center depth. I guess Roslovic would replace that scoring for Joshua, although I don't think he's necessarily top 6 center material. Clearly, the Canucks made this trade to clear up salary cap space, as Joshua makes $3.25 million per season through the 2027-2028 year. With the trade, according to Puckpedia, the Canucks are expected to have just a hair over $4 million in free cap space now. I don't think this trade is a surprise. You have guys from the Abbotsford Canucks Calder Cup championship run that I'm sure management are rather high on right now, and they'll likely take Joshua's spot in the bottom 6. Evander Kane is a new addition that keeps some of the physicality in the lineup that we will be losing with Joshua as well. It's tough because we clearly sold low, but I think whatever center we wind up bringing into the lineup, assuming that that's actually what Alvin and company do, should perhaps be considered as an unofficial trade chip as well. If we indeed sign Roslovic, I would give the trade and signing combined maybe a 6 out of 10. We moved salary cap space to fill a need, but how well is that need actually filled? Fans are going to hate this trade, though, especially since people hated the Sheelos trade, which was seen as an inevitability to many other fans due to his waiver status. Either way, I think the Leafs get a great player and a great fit, and now the Canucks have a little more wiggle room to sign or trade for a center. For the Leafs, I give this trade a solid 7.5, even an 8 out of 10. The cap hit may be slightly steep, but it will only get more team-friendly as the salary cap goes up. The difference is the Leafs have cap space in the immediate future and I guess the present, and the Canucks very much did not. So, what did you think of this trade? We'll see you again soon, probably when the Canucks trade for a center.